Hey, what?
Yeah,
Yeah. You're streaming?
here we are
Oh, man.
on my phone. Streaming on your computer. We're streaming there.
So, there you go.
Hey, what? Yeah.
Yeah. Meeting is being live streamed. Got it. Fantastic, Ken. So we can do this using our license if we need to.
Yeah.
Just to let you know,
Great.
that's a capability check, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, so I was incorrect. You don't need to have a webinar license in order to stream out using a Zoom Gov license. The one that we have is adequate to do that. And we've proven that. So as long as you have, what we did learn though, yes, it's capable, it's possible, but we've got to make sure that the YouTube account, you know what I mean? That we've got that information.
Right.
We're using yours. We need to find out which YouTube account that is that we need to stream to. Moderation. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Love it. So now I'm going to do some other stuff. Video settings.
So is Wayne looking for a job?
Yep. As far as I know.
He's talking about hiring me an assistant.
He interviewed for a position. I don't know where they're at in that process. It's a contractor role over at, I think it's SOS. They needed some coding person who would be writing code. I said, how do you feel about that? He says, well, he's written some code, before, but it's been a while. He's a little rusty on that. Have to kind of bone up on some of his skills, and he doesn't know what language they're going to be using. So
I need to figure a way to slide his name into
right,
the company that be hiring. They're gonna hire me an assistant, but I can't think of a better person than Wayne.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Wayne, if I were to give him kudos for anything, I give him kudos for a lot, but I would say he's so versatile. And if he doesn't know it, he'll figure it out. And he's a fast study and will get it done. When he's in a tight time crunch to get something solved, cool as a cucumber.
And he comes in with his wife every day, right?
He does.
Even because
His wife is trying to get him to retire. So his wife's trying to tell him. And he's like, yeah, but I'm like, he just wants to be in the car with her coming down from Birmingham, I think. But it keeps him busy. He deals with his Parkinson's, and it's really good for him to stay in the groove of things. He's got to do his medication and stuff. He does well with that. So
I will find a way to sneak his name in.
yeah.
I don't know where they're at in that process. They keep telling me, but
So you're going to be hiring some contractors for various things?
they just did. I knew nothing about it, but they just did. Yes.
Oh, and
So-
what type of roles?
Course support, ISD work, things that would be right up his.
Okay.
But they said, we're gonna hire you an assistant. And with me, that would be equipment, dealing with stuff, issuing out. I handle 67 people. I issue their equipment. I fix it when it's broke. I order new stuff. I inventory.
You can't do that alone.
I'm doing it.
You can't do it.
They expect that just won't take any time, but it takes all my time. And then you get things like this that really demand time, and you can see how much.
I had to put up the same request to my leadership here. I said, I'm tired. I go home more than a little tired. And I'm threatened about it because there's high visibility on some of these things, and it's got to be right. But I'm getting pulled in 12 different directions. And then, I'm not complaining, but I want to do a good job. But I've got my role is maybe different than yours. I've got to go out and do exploration of new technologies and package that and bring it back for people so they can understand what the hell I'm talking about and what the technology is. I've got to do some prototyping. I've got to help in-house people just put cables together and turn things on, you know. There's just a myriad of different types of things that you gotta do.
Yes.
Hey, look who's here.
Is that another Ken Burnham sighting?
It is. What's going on, man?
Good.
We can wait. Looking good.
I'm trying a little bit. It's called sweating. Double rock in 100-degree heat. It tends to do that to you.
I'll write that one down.
It's my own.
Wow.
It's my own extreme workout.
It's the
Moving
farm
around.
life, huh?
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna do some things and we're gonna head out, Doug, okay?
Adios,
I'll
amigo.
hit the road.
Safe trip.
Yeah, we'll beat you up there.
Yeah, you will. But I think
We're going further north than
is
you.
this group done?
No. They got they're eating lunch now and they'll have an afternoon, but I don't think they're gonna last long. for
Okay.
Lunch.
I was
They're
asking-
gonna talk workflows for probably an hour after lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, probably about 3 o'clock. They'll be done.
Hey, look, I need to follow up with Dr. Hennessy on an ITCR that we submitted.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's several that are still kind of pending.
It's one of those mags.
Pardon me. Yeah.
Uh,
Another one is one that I sent in though for a 360 video
Oh, yeah.
platform. I think we can pull it. I mean, I don't think that we're gonna chase that down anymore. That's outside of our lane.
Yeah.
So I'm just I sent her a request. I'll follow up.
Yeah.
I'll follow up.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
We're not gonna do it anymore.
We're not,
There's no sense in leaving it on the books.
right. And so who's the other guy that was part of Billy Barth?
Yeah.
So you may not know this, but he's the one that was assigned to run that one down for us.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So he and I have been corresponding a little bit on that. And I just told him, I think we may be just pulling the plug. He's gonna put in a thing that says, hey, keep this thing alive for another 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But because they prompt him to do that, you know, close it out, keep it going,
Was in
whatever
a tough situation.
it is.
I guess tough.
We got a
Kinda-
measure of success here. Ken and I are working the technical details on the graduation ceremony coming up in October.
No, yeah,
And
that link is kind of causing us a little. The streaming thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but we're actually streaming right now. So right now, the experiment that we were running, I wanted to make sure nobody was in a meeting at the moment.
Yeah.
But we have our one license that I'm aware of, our one
Mhm.
Zoom Gov license. So we're using it right now and we're streaming out using that. And it is also going to Facebook.
Nice.
Sorry, YouTube.
YouTube. All right.
Yeah.
Is that the
So
PA account that they gave us?
no, it's our,
Oh,
and it's sending it to his personal
We need their
YouTube
credentials.
account. So we got to find out what YouTube account it is we need to stream it to.
Yeah.
So we got to.
well, Lisa Water said she'd give us one, so.
Oh, she did?
Mhm.
Okay.
That's really all they're gonna do.
Well, they've already provided the Zoom account.
Okay.
So we'll be using their Zoom account.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about the YouTube account.
What I need is, they just shocked me with this, with the GS14 very late.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to send out the invitation today, sent this yesterday, to the Shriner at the Pentagon AFA1D. With the
With the link.
with the link, not the YouTube link, but the actual Zoom link, and I'm like, what? You know, so,
You don't do that this far out.
I mean, we can, all we gotta do is create a meeting, I just need to know that. Because it's your license, so
Yeah.
I can't step on your schedules or anything else, I don't know what's going on, so. Well, we come see where we're at and when I can. Love to just drop that.
Yeah. Love it when that happens. All right. You doing all right?
Yeah.
Good.
Love to come back here,
Well,
but I'm doing all right over there.
we're right sizing, I guess, was the positive spin on a term. You know, during sequestration and all that downturn in the.
Well, the timing for you was perfect, really.
Yeah.
You know, for you to get a GS slot
Yeah,
over there
it
at
really
the time
was.
that you got that. So I'm glad it really worked out for you
And you know,
and your family.
you never know what's gonna happen in the future, but the pragmatism in headquarters is it's hurting a lot of unfundeds. all the unfundeds were capped at under 500K. And we were well over that every year. So we were kind of running hot on an unfunded life cycle. And
That's funny, because you come up all the time.
I know, no, well, for 6 years, 7 years, we've been doing it as an unfunded.
I'll talk to somebody I've never talked to, but TLC. I highly recommend that.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
So
at some
it's-
point, some general has to make it permanent somehow. Getting in the palm is not an easy task, especially with the current leadership. And I'm not judging that, I'm just saying that's what it is. Anyway, all right, I'm heading out. I got to do some ATAPs, make sure I got that ready for next week,
Oh,
and I'm gone.
you see my
On the
friend.
road.
How funny. He's going to Nashville. So am I.
Yeah.
He's just going to beat me there.
I'll be seeing you a lot over the next month and a half.
Yeah.
It was-
Well, you come up, play the banjo
All right,
That's right.
in Nashville. Well, you play the banjo?
I'm learning
Are you?
guitar more than that.
Jay's
but
got
I'm
a
learning.
guitar. All right, yeah. Picking and grinning.
Oh, those are ViewSonic, right?
They are.
I went to, it just opened Booker T. Washington Magnet School
Yeah.
this week. which
Yeah.
Both my grandkids are now going to in high school.
This is the redone school, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They've been working on.
Oh, man, it was amazing. What I wanted to show you, is I'm excited because that is a ViewSonic kiosk.
That's in the kiosk. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna order now. But every single classroom had these ViewSonics. I mean, they bought 1,000 of them. Lab,
Portable. That
Yes.
portability is huge, man.
thought about it. I'm sorry now we didn't go that way after visiting the school. It's just hundreds and hundreds. And I think they have the built-in computers that we didn't get, which I may have to order.
Right. When you, I think you can add that onto your
Yeah.
purchase order. Did you
Really?
just need to do an ITCR to order those
Yes.
things? You did?
Yeah, I ordered one. I put in requirements with a computer in it and A6 reworked it without that. And I don't know, somehow me and Mark Logan went over and they talked us into it. And after I really thought about it, I'm like, I think we made a mistake. If it doesn't have the computer, it's just Android, can I plug a Nipper system into it? All right, now, if I can do that, it's worth it because
Well-
everybody has Nipper systems,
Well, it-
laptops.
When I say yeah, what I mean to say is that you can have the video output of your Nipper computer going to display on the,
Yes,
but that's it.
exactly.
You don't want to have a different type of connection to the,
I want it to
To
be a
the
monitor.
that's right. So
And I can still
strictly a
use the-
video out. And that would
still
be
use
an
the whiteboard.
HDMI, right? But there was some stipulations, because standards are kind of changing a little bit. I don't think you have anything to worry about, but I just wanted to give you a little info on the backside. There's a lot of times different types of ports that you can hook up as like an extra monitor out. One of those type of outputs is a USB-C connector. You can actually go USB-C and hook up another separate monitor and it'll use a USB-C to USB-C input. That's a new input. The
I
trouble,
think that's a requirement we actually put in the,
if you use USB-C, that codec, that's not codec, right? So that's standard, right? For that type of cable and push and pull, it will transmit information back and forth to the computer. You know, what I mean, there's
it's
a,
not one way.
right. So there are some connections that are approved for extra monitors. There are some that are not. Now, they specified that for Nipper computers. They said, hey, you can have another monitor hooked up, but don't use this. And that's because there's some concern that you may be hooking up a monitor that's got a coprocessor, it's got some kind of processor in it, and it's going to be sending information back and forth. So it's two different processors, and they don't want that. But if it's just a video, if it's HDMI or a display port, but I think HDMI is the way to go. And you got 4K capability with that. You're gonna have more than enough capability. But I can show you the wiring that we've done there. We've got this switch in there so that you can have a nipper computer and switch between an off nipper computer, if that's something that you wanted to do.
What I care about is I have a whole cadre of instructors who are going to be teaching in that building. When they come in, they don't know what classroom, it shouldn't matter, but they all have a government issued laptop from me. They can take that, plug it in, bring it up.
Government issue, meaning a nipper computer.
Yes,
Yeah. Yep. Should be able to do that.
and that's.
What they won't
and
be able
the
to
whiteboard will
do.
still work, which I think it will, because that's not part of the.
I'm gonna shut this down, by the way. We're done, right? So I'm gonna hit end.
How soon can I get a link to, just create a Zoom meeting on that particular day at that time? That's what my boss wants. The emergency.
Right. So you can schedule a meeting when you get the Zoom license, right? That you log into. I'm assuming that's going to come from Lisa Ware, but you're going to have to log into Zoom, and then you can schedule a meeting.
Oh, we're not using yours?
We can.
Okay.
I mean, but I'm going to have to coordinate that. I thought that the coordination already been done to get a Zoom license, and it was coming from Lisa. Is that not the
We haven't
case?
done any coordination with her.
Oh, okay.
We thought
Sorry.
she handles the YouTube
I
part.
crossed my wires there.
We used last time the chaplain course Zoom account.
I'm going to end this. Like I said, I don't need to be in a meeting anymore. So that's going to